Hello, my fellow chatterers. Just a quick one here. I totally forgot to talk about this book when I did my January wrap up because I'm stupid and it wasn't on the shelf, so I didn't chat about it because I'd set that video up like 3 times to try and do, and then realised I haven't got half an hour to talk about it. I need more than that, and then didn't do the video. So this is let's try that again. This is The Sad Ghost Club 2 by Liza Meddings, and it is a YA graphic novel which focuses around people just finding it hard when you have depression and anxiety. And this book is just so cozy and sweet, and it's so heartwarming. And I think particularly so if you know or have ever had depression or anxiety yourself, it just feels very reassuring, and I think it is great for sort of trying to explain what it feels like. So what I really like about this is how, I'm trying to find the right page here. Here we go. So it's completely kind of done, it's almost done like quite cinematically, how it just kind of like zooms in. And here we have regular people. There they are, just being people next to this shop. And then in this window we can see 2 ghosts. So anyone who has depression or anxiety is depicted as a ghost, literally just wearing a little sheet over your head like you're, 5 years old playing. And it's just really sweet. And I think I kind of like that imagery of how you feel like you're hiding from everyone, you feel unseen by everyone, like you're just a ghost. And you kind of don't want to put yourself forward and kind of interact within anything. Sometimes it's not the same for everyone. But what I really like about this book, so the first book kind of explores what it feels like and how you kind of isolate yourself and how it's really hard to kind of just do the normal day-to-day stuff. And they then meet someone else who is going through what they're going through and feels the same. And this really helps. So someone who gets it. I think with everything, finding someone who understands what you're going through, who has experienced the same thing as you have, is just so reassuring. And we get to see this in this book. We get to see kind of where they are now. And so one of them has felt so reassured from finding someone else. They want the opportunity that anyone who feels like them, anyone else who's a sad ghost, should come to, they should make a club for them and they should try and meet people. And what I really like about this one is how it also looks at, it's great to be able to find friends when you feel in that more hopeful place. But when you start to feel worried and crippled with anxiety, or you start to feel like really numb and worried about everything, you still need people at those points. And it's so much harder to reach out when you're at those points. But the point is that these people are all there for each other and understand what it's like when you're at those. And so it's important to say, hey, I'm having a bad day. And then you can even just leave it at that, or you can talk more about why you're feeling rubbish, and it helps. And the most important thing to do when you're feeling like this is to reach out to someone else. And it really does help to just bleh. That is the short form for talking about how you feel, even if it sounds really crazy and ridiculous. And just to let it out, or just so someone else understands why maybe you're sat in the corner not saying anything or not responding. And I just found this book so lovely at exploring that, and sometimes how you can be so present but feel so on the edge and not involved, and you can just start listening to those voices, those negative voices that keep you circling and spiraling, and you're seeing everything through a particular lens rather than looking at it from how the other people might be. And I think this book explores that so well, and it's so reassuring, and it's so lovely to kind of look at this and just how on the surface you might feel one thing, but underneath you might be feeling something else. Even when you all know that you have depression and anxiety, it's so important to try and explain where you are and to be able to help each other through it. And I just think this book did such a brilliant job with that. I don't really want to say any more because I don't want to spoil it. It's a graphic novel. It's got lots of illustrations, so it really kind of painstakingly goes through that. So like, for example, in the art, you have all these scenes of you know, the forest, walking through the forest, and then suddenly they're there. So it's got all of these little bits, like focusing on the feet and focusing on the head. So it's just got all these little bits to give you like a full picture of what's happening. So it's not a huge amount plot wise, but it is very much about the theme and just showing you in a picture form how it might look. And I just really enjoyed it. So definitely recommend. If you know anyone kind of really struggling with depression and anxiety, the Sad Ghost Club and the Sad Ghost Club 2 are fabulous. And I borrowed both of these from the library. I believe they are, I haven't heard that there is any more. I believe that it's just a duology. I haven't heard that there's going to be any more. There could be, but equally I'm quite happy with it just being how it is. If there are any more, then yes, I will read them, but I feel that they are, it's kind of told its story. Like that we understand. There probably are further directions they could take the characters in and kind of go down, but I just think like they are very much sort of symbolic to how you're feeling, rather than this is their parental life, this is their family situation, this is what they're hoping to do with their lives. It's just very much about the present. It's just about right here, right now, which I think is great if you're someone that's really anxious. Like just being able to focus where you are in this moment and not worry about the excessive stuff, I think is great. So I like that simplicity of it. So yes, I recommend. Happy reading, everyone.